Just to advise you, that's a minor, it's a child, you're filming a child. Just so you're aware of that.
Yeah, but it didn't make a difference, does it? Film what you want in public.
Just let you know that you're current.
Yeah,
Just,
I know what
just
you're
in
saying.
case you're don't get defensive, sir. Just in case you were uncomfortable with that, I'm just letting you know, okay?
Oh, no, no, no.
Alright.
Alright, cheers.
Okay then, so in this one, right, do you know what, I like auditing you next, but there's a few things. Please get a mic with a cat cover for it, so you can get rid of the wind. Or get a directional mic what plugs into the bottom of your phone so we can actually hear what they're saying, because you catch some things and you don't catch the others, so you don't know the full story on what's actually happening. But I love the fact that he's here, there and everywhere, and he does capture things as it's happening. Love that about him. But his audio is not always the best. But apart from that, and there's one more other thing, he's really good at standing up for his own rights. And I think we need, us as a community, need to start standing up for other people's rights, or giving them a little bit of advice when they're in a situation like this. Now, apart from that, we're just going to get straight into this video. I'll probably jump in a little bit in the video, but not too much. So let's just get straight into it.
Yeah, what's going on in there? Second shot.
Okay, turds. No. That's it.
Is that under police force?
Quickly, turds. I can't.
Yes. What I saw was you pushing one person into a doorway. If you were play fighting, it's fine, but you were both punching.
No, we're not pushing.
You were pushing him into the doorway.
And the hand was hurt.
Yes. So that's why you're under arrest. You alright?
Yes, thanks, yeah.
Yeah. Turns out that you weren't just play fighting. Just wondered what you happen to be doing. My colleagues are obviously dealing with something. I just thought I'd speak to you, find out why you're here, sir.
I was filming, walking by, filming.
Okay. Any reason?
No, just personal.
Okay, yeah, you can carry on. Just please make sure you don't obstruct any of these officers, alright?
Well, don't worry about that, I won't. PCO, what's your number?
Charlie Juliet 041, sir.
Right, cheers, mate. Oh, you think you moved it out of the way for 5 minutes? This place is mad. Another police car. This is crazy night. They almost have the same key.
Yeah, so it's the job running.
I still got loads of lights on.
Oh, you like my
A lot of things happen on the same James Street.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay then, so I don't know about you, but I didn't hear the grounds for the search. I didn't hear what section they're using to search. I heard the fact that he's asking if he's got drugs or anything on him, but that didn't say if that's what he's looking for. Now, when you're being stopped and searched, they've got to tell you what section they're using, what they're expecting to find on that search, and the reason for that search. And during that, they've got to also identify themselves with their last name, the collar number, the station they work out of. Those are things they must do before searching you. I didn't hear that from any of the coppers. I heard the fact that they're saying he was potentially in a fight, so they suspect he might have something on him. But again, didn't hear the reason for the search or the grounds for the search or what legislation they're using for the search. So to me, this is an unlawful search, and at this point, if I was auditing you next, I would just tell the kid there he has the right to remain silent, and everything he will say will be used against him for the reason for more searches or whatever. He's under no obligation to identify himself unless if he is being arrested. Just simple things. You tell him, stay quiet, say nothing now, and don't identify. It's that simple. If a lot more people did that to when they see people like this kid obviously doesn't know his rights because he said, oh, search me, because they're asking about drugs. That there is an invitation to search him. Big mistake. Never give him permission to search you. Let him reel off the legislation and the grounds, and then if it's an unlawful search, sue him. It's as simple as that. But in this case, this kid has said, do this, do that. When auditing you next could have just said to him, I suggest you stay quiet because everything you say is going to be used for the reason to search you, which we've seen in plenty of videos. And you're under no obligation to identify yourself unless if you are being arrested. And even then, you don't have to identify yourself unless if it's a section 50 of the Police Reform Act, which requires you to identify, which is not. So in this instance, that's the one thing I've got to criticise auditing you next for, is not just giving this kid a little bit of advice. Now everybody needs a little bit of advice. You don't have to be a solicitor to give that basic advice. That is some basic advice I think everybody should know. So let's just get straight back into it.
Nice hat, mate.
And they ran off and left you to take with it. They left you, man, so quickly. Yeah. And they left you.
Try and block this window. All this guy is standing there. Oh, it's very windy here.
So, can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
When this first happened,
Yeah.
obviously you've turned up here, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you see the initial incident?
No. I just seen
didn't
the
see-
police. No, I didn't see anything.
You didn't see the initial incident?
No,
So, the reason I ask, because you're capturing everything on your camera.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure. You did you? I'm just going to come and speak to you.
Oh. Just talking details of the cars. What the flip? Trying to slow down.
Alright.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bit wet.
No, not under here. Just to advise you, that's a minor, it's a child, you're filming a child. Just so you're aware of
Yeah,
that.
but it didn't make a difference, does it? Film what you want in public.
Just letting you know that you're current.
Yeah,
just,
I know
Just
what
in
you're saying.
case,
Yeah.
don't get defensive, sir. Just in case you were uncomfortable with that, I'm just letting you know, okay?
Oh, no, I'm not.
Alright.
Alright, cheers.
Yeah. The chicken. Mama. Adeus,
Look at that.
Yeah, no.
Flipping hands gone cold.
Now let's know about this. If you were getting rid of them, all these just gone fast. Because new steam that you use, very slow as well.
Cleared off.
On the driving the road. I'll tell you how.
So I'm going to use
Just real. Is it?
Yeah, have a good evening. Absolutely freezing. Undercover police car in Brighton, RJ16.
So that's basically the end of that video. Like I said, that cop there coming over and asking if he's seen it, that's because he's probably going to try and say, oh, I'm going to seize your phone for evidence, blah, 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 blah. Because they don't really have any evidence. The guy across the road said it was just kids being kids. And then is being frog marched to the police car, probably where they're going to take him home. That's probably what's going to happen. Again, like I said, Audit and you next could have given him a little bit of advice to just stay shut, keep his mouth shut, and not say anything to the police. Don't give him any more information, and not to identify, because he's under no obligation to identify unless he is being arrested, and even then you don't have to identify until you're in the custody's desk, and even then you don't have to identify. You only have to identify to a judge and under orders and all that sort of stuff. But you do that at your own risk, obviously. This interaction and this incident, these coppers, I didn't hear them, like I said in the last time I interrupted. The fact that I didn't hear any of them given the grounds for the search, identify themselves, the reason for the search, what section they're using for the search, what they expected to find in the search, which is all a failure straight off the bat. I didn't hear one of them announce that they are recording neither. Again, another fail off the bat. This interaction to me highlights one of the main reasons why it's important for everybody to understand the absolute basics of your rights, and why the police should be held to a higher standard than the public. Why? Because the police are in charge of enforcing laws. Now, if they don't know the laws, they should not be in charge of enforcing the law. And because they should know the law and they're in charge of enforcing the law, they should be held to a higher accountability than us, and they should be held to a higher standard than the general public. All that being said, everything in this is just my opinion. Now, I want to thank my members for being a member. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below, pick a tier, and get the perks. But let us know in the comments down below what you thought of this interaction. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.